Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Luis, and this is an Imperial Stout. This is a homebrew review of an Imperial Porter, 8% ABV, with immense flavors of coconut, chocolate, coffee, and vanilla. So wonderful bunch of ingredients in there. This looks pretty nice. Yeah, nice dark brown color, good amount of light to medium brown head on there. Yeah, black color. Let's get the aroma on this one. Wow, smells really nice. Obviously, if there's anything wrong with the beer, I can't smell it. It obviously has a lot of those adjunct flavors. Coconut, maybe a little bit of the vanilla, some coffee, maybe a little bit of that dark chocolate flavor. But it's mostly that kind of coconut Imperial Stout Porter kind of flavor. It smells very nice, yeah. Not like stupid amounts of coconut like a pina colada or like some of these beers that really exude a lot of like a Almond Joy Mounds Bar kind of thing. Very nice integration of flavor. Cheers. Oh, dude, that's legit. Wow. So yeah, always first time with impressions of homebrew. You just want to stack it up against commercial beer. Does this taste commercial to me? Are there certain flaws or issues that I can immediately notice? No. Carbonation spot on. Got a good building amount of head on there. Carbonation spot on. Beautiful coconut flavor up front. Much more prominent than the nose. Coffee is really the one that I'm not specifically noticing. Maybe a little bit on the back end. Maybe some vanilla as well. Chocolate is a little bit hidden in there. But again, chocolate's not one where it comes out jam-packed. I personally don't like some of these beers that have really rich amounts of syrupy chocolate flavor in there. This beer almost reminds me a little bit of an amped up version of Oscar Blues Death by Coconut. Higher ABV, much more base around there, a bigger beer behind it. A good amount less of that toasted coconut shaving kind of quality. It's a little bit toned down, which makes the beer a good amount more balanced. I think that beer is a good impression beer. Granted, it comes in a 12-ounce can, and you can enjoy that 12-ounce can, but it's not a beer you want to go after and after over. It's delicious. Wow. Coconut flavor nice in there. Maybe you can amp up the vanilla flavors. Again, this is just good beer. It's a good, impression-wise, it's a good, really good Imperial Coconut Porter. What those other flavors there are there for, it's not super obvious for me. The chocolate probably is that bitterness I'm getting, that cocoa thing that I'm getting towards the back end. The vanilla is maybe complementing that coconut sweetness. And then the coffee is actually decently hidden. I would not have guessed that this beer has coffee in it. But base is nice. It's a hint of a little bit of alcohol booze in there, which is nice. It cuts through everything. Mouthfeel, 8%, very good. Medium plus mouthfeel. It's actually not that roasty of a beer either. There is that arbitrary distinguishing difference between porter and stout that people might bring up. This maybe sells you a little bit on porter because it has less of that char and like dark roast flavor. Instead, it just has this kind of medium coffee chocolate flavor. And the coconut jumps around in there. It's just a great drinking Imperial dark beer, stout porter, 8%, great coconut flavor. Not overly sticky, not overly sweet. It has that maybe a chocolate and coffee in there just to cut it a little bit, even though it's not noticeably perceptive without knowing that it's in there. Lingering with a little bit more coconut sweetness. This is honestly one of the best homebrews that I've gotten. It's absolutely fantastic. I like the integration of flavors. I think some people might cheap it out for not having those other flavors of the chocolate, coffee, and vanilla to be so obvious, but the coconut is well done in this, and it just makes for a great beer. This is not, oh my God, this is the most insane smelling beer I've ever had. This is a pastry stout and all these crazy desserty flavors. It's just very obviously coconut. It's no joke there's coconut in here. And if you don't like that kind of sweet, flavor in your stout porters, then you're not gonna like it. But oh man, maybe a hint of like dried dark fruit, a little bit of like prune date in there. The coconut dries through. It's that wonderful base Imperial porter thing. Maybe it could be a little bit more roasty, but I'm liking where it's at right now. Just a great beer. It's honestly fantastic, Luis. You did a great job. This is A to A plus beer for me. And as I wait more, there's a little bit more of that dark fruit, and even a hint of like even spice in there, which is fun. I imagine coming from some of the roast and malts or some hopping in here, and just a little bit of that kind of like Christmassy spice. And that could be the bitterness of coffee and chocolate. So really fun. I'm very much enjoying this. It doesn't leave too much lingering mouthfeel. It's just good, great, well-built beer. Yeah, great example. Just perfectly executed beer in my opinion. Let's go with something like a 95 on this one. 96. I think it's really, really well done, Luis. This is one of the best homebrews I've had. Honestly, this is easily commercial level. I have no issue picking out any flaws in here. I think you did a great job with the flavors. I think you can maybe tweak the flavors a little bit more if you're trying to accentuate those non-coconut flavors in here, but I think you have a great base beer recipe right now, and you did a great job bottling this, and the presentation worked out great. Carbonation's there. I don't see any noticeable homebrew flaws. The head was awesome. Flavor is great. So cheers to you, dude. This is awesome. Homebrew review. Let me know if you want to send me any beers. You can check me out and reach out to me at darwinsbeerreviews@gmail.com. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.